Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us here on The Big Story. When we think sustainability, we often focus on solutions like renewable energy and even tech innovations. But one crucial aspect that is often overlooked is waste. While easy to dismiss, waste has a significant impact on our environment and our future. Here we highlight initiatives that drive us toward a greener, more sustainable future, one story at a time. Welcome to Sustainability. What if we told you that waste, when properly managed, doesn't have to end up in landfills? Tonight, we're joined by a father and daughter tandem with over 40 years of experience in waste management. They've taken their expertise further through an initiative focused on sustainable waste. We have Donnie Coronado, founder and director, and his daughter Nadine Coronado, head of partnerships and programs from, lovely name, Berdeng Kalabaw. Welcome to The Big Story.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, how long has Berdeng Kalabaw been in operation, and what inspired you to do this?
Okay. Well, the story is, it started 40 years ago with Coronado Waste Management. So we were just a regular waste management company which, you know, collects waste and brings it to the dump site. That was when the garbage crisis back in 2000 happened in Manila. And then RA 9003 was introduced to the Philippines.
The Waste Management Act?
Yes, Waste Management Act was introduced. This was the time when we evolved and you know, started of thinking of ways to reduce the waste that we bring to the landfill. So we started out with the usual composting. We had built a facility for composting kitchen waste or food waste. And then we turned them to compost. Then, you know, from there on, we started to do projects with other communities that would reduce the recycled waste out of the residual waste. No? So we set up trucks around the villages and collect recyclable waste.
So second generation ka na, and Nadine
Yes.
is third generation.
Yeah.
So what do you do in the company?
Yes, so with Berdeng Kalabaw, we decided to extend our sustainable arm by naming it Berdeng Kalabaw. Berde because we're in the green sector, the environmental sector, and Kalabaw because it's the pambansang. We are mga masisipag kami. We're there to collect and sort on the ground, and we really are there to connect with the people who bring the recyclables to us. So in 2023, we named it Berdeng Kalabaw, and what we do is we focus solely on the recyclables that we get from the communities, residential and commercial establishments. And yeah, so
Your
what
clients,
Yes,
kumbaga,
our clients, yeah.
because of the 20-year experience
Yes,
in
correct,
collecting. So
correct,
these are
correct.
villages, companies.
Institutions, commercial establishments,
Like malls,
schools.
I guess.
Yeah, malls,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would have a lot of
Office
garbage.
buildings and condominiums and that, yeah.
You brought some of the
And-
products or
yeah,
samples of
samples.
what you can make out of what we throw away.
Yes, yes. These
Are
are...
we getting ahead of the story? Baka
Oo, medyo. I
Medyo?
think.
Yeah.
Kasi may tatanong pa ako.
Okay.
Hindi,
bago
na-curious
yung
kasi.
produkto.
Okay.
Because I was wondering how you empower the communities, di ba? I mean, some groups would charge for the garbage that they collect para ma-incentivize yung mga tao. But if you're working with like mga malls, how do you incentivize them to, you know, do the separation and the paghihiwalay nung nabubulok, di nabubulok? Or do you guys
Or
do
do
that
they
as
even
well?
do they do that
they really
at
do
all?
it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah, they do?
Yeah. With our clients, no, we really teach them. No, part of the waste collection and segregation is education. So Nadine here teaches all of our clients and or partners before we get into programs. It's part of it. So we really have to practice the segregation. No? So really, we put out trucks, different dates, different times. No, we don't mix waste in one truck. So plus, so there's a schedule for
That's
everything.
so important, not mixing the waste in
Yes.
one truck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel na maybe the garbage collector is mixing the waste. I don't know if this is...
Nagtsaga kang
Oo, nagtsaga.
maghiwalay, tapos hinalo
Yeah,
mo
tapos
pa.
pag nakita mo kino-collect,
Yeah.
So exactly. Is that still a big challenge for you as well? I mean, what are some of the challenges that you still encounter nowadays?
Yeah, well, one, segregation really, or the practice of segregating waste is really challenging. No? It's complex. So, you know, you have different kinds of waste, and you know, some house helps would rather not do it and just put it in one bin. No, but again, important yung education. Yeah, but yeah, we set the program, we follow through, we give them additional educational flyers so they can be reminded of what the program is.
Okay, but there are communities or not covered by
Yes.
your collection
Yes.
efforts. So, merong areas where you can collect, where people
Yes.
can go.
Yes.
Yes. We have
Where are
drop-off
these?
points.
So our drop-off points, so every Saturday, we're located in Salcedo Saturday Market.
Oh, okay.
So we're there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on the weekdays, so from Monday to Friday, our MRF in Makati is open. It's in Guadalupe Viejo. So from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Materials recovery
Recovery
facility.
facility, yes.
Yes.
So the MRF stands for
MRF,
Materials
okay.
Recovery
Recovery
Facility
Where?
in Guadalupe Viejo, Makati. So it's along Coronado Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did they...
Coronado Street, named after
Oh,
Any locations in the north? Because parang all these are in the Makati.
Yes. So actually at the moment, yeah, we're trying to still develop and see where we can locate ourselves in the north and south and actually all over. But yeah, at the moment, people send couriers. We've had people all the way from Baguio and Benguet drive all the way down just to go to our MRF and
Yes.
drop off their plastic, paper, metal.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And how do we, if we're interested in dropping off, in what form should we, hugasan ba, babanlawan ba?
Yes.
Tsaka ano ba muna yung tinatanggap?
Yes,
nyo?
yes.
Oo, baka lahat
So
na
we
lang.
have to clarify what we
Yes,
accept.
yes, what we accept.
We accept recyclable items.
Okay.
So meaning these are plastics,
Paper.
metal,
And
e-waste, electronic
Okay.
waste. So, yeah.
Mga old devices, batteries.
Devices, yeah, old
Yeah.
computers.
So should they be in good, clean condition, as
Yes.
what Sean was
Yeah.
asking? Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
requirements are empty, clean, and dry. As long as all of these plastic, metal, paper, and e-waste are empty, clean, and dry, we will accept it and we will do all the recycling and upcycling for you.
But you don't buy them, let's make it clear. You don't pay them to bring. You buy them?
We have different programs for
Okay.
different communities.
Yes.
no?
Sige, sige.
Some of the communities would ask us to just get donations for them, and then the benefit will go to the community, and then the community will have a program for the all the residents.
Kasi nakaka-worry rin, yung mga manggagarapon, sometimes they look forward to getting your plastic sticks also, di ba?
Meron pa ba nun?
Meron pa.
Meron pa naman po.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So kawawa naman sila.
Yeah.
But should we go to the exciting part?
Okay.
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 Yeah. These are products made from the waste that you collect.
Yes.
Sige.
Yes.
Nadine, maybe
Tell us
you
about
can
it.
Yeah,
pick up
so-
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
over
sorry.
here we have our eco boards made entirely out of single-use plastic or flexible plastic. So to give you some examples, sando bags, sachets, parcel bags, so from online shopping, everything that you see in here is made 100% entirely of that. So these things are alternatives to plywood and hardy flex or lightweight
You can make a
construction material.
house out of this.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely. So people use it for furniture, flooring, walling.
Yeah.
And you already have a manufacturer that
Yes,
collects the plastic from you.
Yes. And then we have a design team that does the designing or
I love it because I can
manufacturing.
still see some of the
Yes.
pieces of
Yes.
the
Yeah, I
sachet.
If you look closely, you can see
cute.
see
It's
the
cute.
Yes.
nutritional facts of some
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
Talaga ba?
So you're like,
Yes.
210
Yes.
calories.
Yes.
Oh no!
Exactly.
Pwede mong basahin yung sahig mo.
So if some people don't want to see the nutritional facts, these things, you can still paint over them.
Paint over it, coat it with clear coat. So these are waterproof and
They're
fire
weatherproof.
resistant.
Yeah.
Would there be a difference between those and these? Because I know you guys can't touch it, but let me tell you that this has a bit more texture and this is like a lot smoother. And also it's not as colorful.
Shinier.
This is actually a Jenga inspired
Yes.
I got it
A little
from
board
here.
game over here, yeah.
Product,
So
yeah.
that one you're holding right now is actually made entirely of used beverage cartons. So milk cartons, juice boxes, broth boxes.
Or yung
That
mga,
explains the color.
when you go to the
Yes.
supermarket,
Yes.
yung mga karton doon, pwede?
That's
Hindi.
corrugated.
That's
Sorry.
corrugated, yeah.
We
That will
still
be
collect
recycled.
that.
Yeah,
we still collect that. But for these boards, we have the plastic one like you're holding, and we also have the ones made out of used beverage cartons.
That's why they look
which
like
explains
this.
the color and the
Yes.
shine.
This does
Yes.
look like the inside of
Yes,
the milk box.
exactly, yeah.
Because they're multi-layered
layered.
from carton and the inside is aluminum foil.
Why do people drive all the way from Baguio to bring? I mean,
That's a great
Yeah.
question.
hindi
We had-
sustainable kasi yung transpo.
Well,
Greenhouse
what the story was, they were going to Manila to visit family.
And they
But
brought their trash na with them.
Yes, because they
Yes.
saw our social media sites and were the drop-off points. So.
So let's talk about the cost as well of these. If you want to build your house sustainably, is this cheaper than using traditional construction materials, or is it at par? Tell us about that.
At the moment, we would say it's at par.
Okay.
So these things, depending on the thickness, it comes in 10, 12, and 16 mm. So depending on the thickness, the price ranges. But it's at par with plywood.
Plywood. And we were talking earlier, and you guys said that this can take the place, yung panghulma,
Yes.
for buhos. ng
Yung
Yeah,
sa
board form.
construction.
Board form.
Board
yeah,
form.
Yeah, correct, correct.
What's the advantage of using this as
Okay,
compared?
well, the usual board form that they use would last you parang 5 times, no? Now you can
Five
use it
buhos.
five buhos, no? Bunutin
Parang
mo,
maalam
lagyan
ka
mo.
sa construction.
Yeah. So, but then this plastic boards can last you around 20 times. So,
And parang magaan siya, or dahil ba maliit lang.
Yeah.
May savings ka na doon if you're
Yes.
a contractor,
Correct.
for instance. Oo.
And then
Because
can
you-
that be recycled? So example, I
Yes.
use this, or Ces uses it to build something, and then she wants to recycle
yep.
the...
It can be upcycled again. So you can give it back to us, and then we can just reprocess it into plastic boards
So
again.
this is the real parang circular economy,
Correct.
no?
Exactly.
Nothing goes to waste.
Yes.
Yes.
How much of these can you produce now? Like how much waste are you taking out of landfills? Is
Oo
there
nga.
like a
Let's
rough number?
listen
Okay.
to the numbers.
So let's say in one community, no, in a month, we're about 280 tons that we collect. And,
In a month?
In a month.
Give us an idea, 280 tons
Okay,
para month.
280 tons.
How
Okay.
heavy
You know how a
is
dump truck looks like?
Oh, ilang dump trucks yun?
So that's around 50 dump trucks
That's a lot.
In a month.
Per month.
in a month. In a month.
Okay.
So then we
always.
we're able to recover around 4% of that.
Lang? What happens to the
Because,
rest?
you know, the program, we're still encouraging people to join the program because they have,
They
the
have to
residents,
do
they have
some
to bring,
processing.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
to bring it to us. Take it out of the
So
residual
out
waste.
of the 50 dump trucks you collect, 4% lang ang nare-recover.
Yes.
The rest, what happens? You bring to the landfill.
Oh, no, some of them are being composted also.
The food waste is being
Food waste is being
and kitchen
composted.
waste.
Oh, so you do composting as well?
Yes, yes, we do.
So the
we do.
composting we've been doing ever since RA 9003 has been implemented. So
That's
that's
a
where
while
it started. Yes, that's when it started, and then
2003.
slowly, 2003.
We started that composting.
Yeah.
Do you sell these or
Yeah, we sell them, we donate them to the barangays that we work with. They use it for their gardening and some of the programs that they donate back to for the urban gardens. Yeah.
So you use earthworms? Or how
No,
do you,
we
how do you
use
compost it?
composting machines.
Machines. Yes.
We shred it and then we put it in composter drums that
That turn them around.
Yeah, for 24 hours.
How much volume of compost do you churn out?
That's around a ton.
That's like industrial level.
Yes, yes, a ton per machine. So that's in 4 days. You have around 500 kilos of compost.
And actually tying into our service with Berdeng Kalabaw. So like we stated earlier, we have our collections in different villages and communities. So all of our programs are customizable and or customized, tailor fit really to what the community needs, what their sustainability goals are. So sometimes in turn of the recyclables, we give the compost back to them. So in turn,
In
return,
return.
yeah.
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 May reward rin
Yes,
naman.
Yes, yes.
So you're encouraging villages or communities, institutions, instead of, I guess, relying on the government collection.
No, in general, we are trying our best to encourage everyone from all walks of life. Because besides our actual service, like we said earlier, we're really trying to push the education because it really starts there. With the mission that we have, where, like you stated earlier, with the circular economy, that's something that we're actually excited about. Because, like my dad said earlier, over 40 years we've been in this business. He's seen the landscape progress or,
Regress.
not
Regress.
or regress,
Regress.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But now, actually, we're doing better, but especially after the pandemic. Sorry, just to tie back to why Berdeng Kalabaw is where it is now. During the pandemic, the world stopped.
Yeah.
The waste didn't. If anything, it just grew.
The masks,
The
the
masks.
face
Yes,
shields, the
everything.
PPE.
And like I was,
packaging.
we were making kwento about it actually na, do you remember back to the times when we were wiping down every single grocery item that we had?
Yes.
So imagine just the waste that was coming out
And
from
online
that.
shopping.
Yes,
grew,
so
right?
online
So,
shopping.
of course,
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
It only boomed in the pandemic.
And
So
the packaging
The
of these
packaging is
parcels
so
are crazy.
exactly.
Because
Double,
people want it to
triple.
be bubble wrap.
So going back,
Bubble wrap can be sent to you guys.
Yes.
It's
So
part of the
yes, the boards you're holding.
are
part
made
of the
some-
boards.
yeah.
And going
The-
back, our crew, sorry, but our crew at that time during the pandemic, we were all considered frontliners because we were there on the ground, seeing everything that the consumer behavior changed over the pandemic, which is why with Berdeng Kalabaw, we're really doing our best to start with the education because that's the only time our programs will work. Our mission will only be successful with the help of, as much people as we can get.
What you're saying is like every one of us has
Yes.
to, actually we need to work on fixing our
And
kalat, our
consume
waste.
less.
Consume less
Yes,
because you have
yes,
to
correct.
clean it,
Consume less.
wash it, dry it. There's also like a lot of effort involved on the individual.
Yeah.
I mean,
about
I've
government-
been a
okay,
race about consumerism, right?
Yes, yes.
And there was a spike of that during the pandemic.
Yes.
But I also wanted to ask about government support.
Yeah.
Has there been government support? Are you open to partnering with the government?
Yeah, we're open to partnering with anyone.
Anyone.
But
Wala
our-
pa ngayon, mga
Meron,
LGU.
meron.
We do.
Meron naman.
Ah, meron?
Meron?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We have
Hindi pa
LGUs.
ma-name.
Ah, we have some barangays around Metro Manila that works with us, and they really are into sustainable lifestyle already, practicing it,
Shifting the
segregation,
mindset,
shifting
yeah.
everyone.
Your service, I suppose, is a little more pricey than those who just collect
Yeah.
and throw in the landfill. Diba?
I'd
May
say,
mga ganon, pero malaking contracts yan with LGUs. I mean,
yeah, but we
millions, multi-million peso contracts.
might be, but yeah, because we have a different service. We really show them that we don't bring it to the landfill. So
Yeah.
it's
But with
we are
us-
diverting it, and then we have our own facility to process it.
Yeah.
So talagang wala kayong tinatapon sa landfill?
Oh no, I
Zero?
can not zero.
Yung mga
We
hindi
still have-
nag-segregate, di na nila
yung
magagamit
mga
into
hindi
this.
nag-segregate, yung mga na-contaminate na items with food waste mixed with
Yung mga
recyclable
naghalo.
items. Yun yung hindi clean and dry.
So ilan yun porsyento? Malaki pa din.
Malaki pa din. Malaki pa din ang
Like
portion.
how? 80%?
Well,
But monthly we get.
yeah, maybe that's around 60%.
60%.
Yeah,
Well,
with-
at
yeah.
least.
Getting
Konti
there.
na
Yeah.
bawasan.
Little by little.
Little
Oh,
by
sige,
little.
parting shots from both of you. Let's start with the older generation.
Second gen and then
Okay.
third gen.
So, what do I say? Well, let's work together. We welcome everyone who would need help with their community. We have different programs for different communities. Just let us know. We'll be there. We'll teach you. We'll help you, and we'll guide you with everything about waste management.
And Nadine?
Nadine?
Yeah, so first of all, we want to thank you again for having us here because, the platforms, we want to reach as much people as we can. So what we really want to remind everyone of today is that when you think of waste, we want you to think of Berdeng Kalabaw. Because with us, really, no waste is wasted. Whatever we collect, everything is ensured that it's going away from the landfill and it's going to sustainable endpoints. And you're helping the earth and you're helping mankind, really. I know it's, like we were saying earlier, na we kind of want to consume less. But we try to detach the guilt from how we consume because it's really so hard with the way that we live now.
Yep.
So what we try to do really through our education is that when you consume, you just have to be aware of how you dispose or how you
Think of
lead.
it muna. Think
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
Anong
Yes.
gagawin ko dito
Yes,
sa binili kong
yes.
to?
Ako ganun
Correct.
ako.
So hard to-
Tatapon ko na naman tong straw. Kung ganun.
If you dry it, it will be considered recyclable. See, just one step, one added step. It all starts with the segregation, actually.
Yes.
What we teach the kids, so we work with a lot of schools. When I'm talking to younger crowds, I always tell them the word segregate sounds a lot like the word separate. So when you're having a hard time, just think, is this thing wet or dry? If it's dry, then maybe we can use it for something else.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple.
Dry
Again,
waste.
yes, with
Alright.
Berdeng Kalabaw, really
Clean
no
and
waste
dry.
is wasted.
Thank you. Thank you, Donnie and Nadine, the father and daughter team behind Berdeng Kalabaw.